The Hateful Eight is the eighth film, just like it says in the film itself, by script mastermind Quentin Tarantino. And this is another film, just like Quentin Tarantino. He does what he does. He does it at his best. For those who have seen the other 7 films, but technically this is the 9th if you count Kill Bill being separate, you know what you're in for. And now we're in this one. This is another Western. This is now more like a Reservoir Dogs type of style of film, where it's more, minimal, where everything is shot. And yes, this movie is pretty good. I wouldn't say it's Quentin Tarantino's best, but it's a pretty darn good film. I still enjoyed myself. This movie is 3 hours and 2 minutes, and seriously, for like the average viewer, I don't think they can handle this. But for me, I love Quentin Tarantino movies. Every time a new one comes out, I get ready for it. I kind of see some of the old films to get myself pumped up. I love what this guy does. He is very unique for what we have in this Hollywood industry, and his movies, for me, for most of the part, always delivered. Some better than others, but I have a good time. Pulp Fiction is one of the best. Django is one of my favorites. Really, he has done so much. There is something for everybody. And The Hateful Eight probably is not one of the topper ones. It is probably in the middle of his filmography, but it's a darn good film. For the 3 hours, seriously, the writing keeps you entertained. You are invested, and you are with all these characters. You want to know who they are. You want to know what they've done, and it really keeps you entertained throughout the whole film. Whatever Tarantino shot for this movie was so realistic. I actually felt like I was there. Like, it was cold at times, and then it was beautifully well done. And then, but most of this takes place like in a cabinet, and for the cabinet, for 3 hours and everything, it looks like it could bore someone, but I had a good time. I just loved how every person's attitude was different. It felt like, it brought in, like, it had very few people, but it felt like it brought in so many because of the diversity. You got like a Mexican, you got a British, you got an African American, you got your Caucasians, everything. And what they were able to work with, you just felt like, they felt like this dysfunctional family that you just probably could relate to or something. And then you can tell they had like teams, and then they didn't like each other. I just like the banter between all of them. And yes, like I said, the script works well. Tarantino's amazing. His directing is awesome, but that script is absolutely amazing. He'll probably get nominated for another trophy for those awards. He's so good at his writing. These characters, yes, they probably won't be as like memorable, or probably they will, who knows, as the other ones from the other films, but they were still good. This film might not be remembered more, as one of the better ones, but it's still a good film. It really, Tarantino, in my opinion, hasn't really struck out. Probably his weakest is maybe Death Proof from his directorial ones, because he has more in the script for just writing with True Romance. I think he did From Dusk Till Dawn. I know he was in it. But yes, he did another good job. I appreciated this film for what it was. The first half and the second half are kind of different, but yeah, the second half goes into that Tarantino route. Some people might hate it. I enjoyed it. It's very subjective. The second part of the film probably elevated it for me more, because even though it was still a good film, probably, I will say, one of the nitpicks or one of the problems I had was it kind of dragged a little bit. So maybe for me, it picked up even more. Like, that's what the boost, the energy, the rush that I needed in the second half. But yes, overall, this is a well put together film filled with quirky characters, but these are all in Tarantino's eyes that, like, in this world, you can see it happening. Script is amazing. It's just absolutely good. And then, yes, I would say you should go check it out if you're a Tarantino fan, for sure. Who knows, it could be your favorite, but yes, check this movie out. He just does it again. I don't know what Tarantino can go wrong with. My overall grading for this film, I'll have to give it is a B+. But yes, besides for its pacing, you can sometimes feel like it's dragging. Once again, it's just, yeah, Tarantino, like that Reservoir Dog style film, and then style where it's very minimal but still gives it a good script. He has more set of characters that fit in this Tarantino universe. This probably the other films probably I would say were very intellectual, and this movie overall was still clever. I think it was more of a good time. You just had a blast of a Tarantino film for me, as opposed to the other ones. But you should still check this out, see what you think. If you have seen it, let me know in the comments below. Your opinion is a voice I'd like to hear. As always, Roland Empire. Laugh, smile, repeat. Peace.